The last game that I'm going to show you today is a game called Coin Bubble, which is a little bit of a mixture of some of the other games I've showed you today. We're taking a little bit of how much, how many, and kind of some efficient grouping strategies. We're looking at a little bit like 10 Frame Mania, where we're going to fill in to create a certain amount. And the same with Numtango, where we are kind of seeing some of those conversions and trading in something else to equal or match another thing. So let's go and look at Coin Bubble. Coin Bubble is a game that was new to the Greg Tang online site last year as well, along with How Much, How Many. And I think Coin Bubble is such an important game because money is a standard that is not nearly as explored as it used to be in the elementary math curriculum, for the reason that money is not one of the primary standards that grades are expected to cover. It's explored in second grade as a way to help teach place value and number sense, and then it's explored again in fourth grade when students start working with decimal place value, and then carried on into fifth grade as well. But it's always kind of an ancillary or an extra standard that's kind of added on to other standards that are deemed more important, because money can be applied to a lot of different things. So in getting practice with money, Coin Bubble is a really, really good resource for doing that. So let's go ahead and look at it. Like our other games, there are different levels. Essentially what you're going to be doing in Coin Bubble is you're going to be given a total, or you're going to be given a change or coin amount that you need to represent by clicking boxes. And kind of like 10 Frame Mania, over time you are going to unlock new coins that allow you to be a little bit more efficient in how you group those things. So let's look at a level 3 with our dimes. So in this case we are going to be using counting by 10 or counting by dimes. And what's going to happen is we have to pop 6 bubbles, and the bubbles are going to be over here. They're going to be different values. So we need to show 40 cents on our 10 frame over here. And you can see that that 10 frame has been inverted here. So we'd go 10, 20, 30, 40. And we've got 50, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then 70. And you can see how, kind of like our 10 Frame Mania, students are going to be clicking like crazy to try and get these done. So now that we've done that, we're going to actually, kind of like in 10 Frame Mania where we unlocked a fill 5 or a fill 10 or whatever else, we have now unlocked a fill 2 quarters or a fill 50 cents, and they've given us the conversion factor here. 2 quarters is the same as 5 dimes. So now if we want to be a little bit more efficient, we're going to be able to click on this 2 quarters thing here. Now, you can see that I was clicking like crazy to try and get some of these before those bubbles got up to the spikes up top. I really encourage that students don't use a mouse when playing this game, because it's difficult for students to go through and click, 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 click when they're just using a trackpad on a computer or a laptop or something like that. On a tablet, that's a different thing. But what that kind of forces students to do is to get out of that mindset of clicking 5 dimes and get more into the mindset of clicking the 2 quarters to be more efficient with their grouping. So if we look on this one, we're going to pop 9 bubbles. And our first question here is immediately more than 50. I could go through and click all 7 of those, but these are going to start coming fast and furious, and I might not have quick enough hands or quick enough click to do that. Now, we can also see that I can do this and take away 2 like in 10 Frame Mania. So I can start with my 50 and take away 1, or start with my 50 and add 2. Or again, like I said, you can still just go through and click if that's what you need to do as well. So while students are getting used to those more efficient ways to group coins together to make certain values, now we can see that we're going to get a dollar value here. So we can become even more efficient, but that also should tell us that our values are going to be greater as well. So we'll keep working through here. We're on level 3 of 3, and we're going to finish this one so that I can show you what some of our other puzzles look like. And so you can see I'm trying to be as efficient as I can, starting from 100 or $1 and taking away from there. Now, here's a question. Would it be more efficient to start with $1 and count back to 10, or just start with our 10? So students are making some value judgments on what is the most efficient way to go about solving a problem or to get to a certain end result. Oh, I guess I'm still going here. So I could start with my dollar, or oh, no, I made a mistake. I don't want to do it that way. I need to go through and click away from what I'm already had. So unfortunately, they can't unfill the dollar that they've already put in there, which is not a bad thing. It makes students have to stop and think a little bit more. So now we can see that we're going to have at least $2, or at least a dollar amount, and we've got our fill dollar and fill 10 in here. So students are really having to make some quick value judgments as they play through this. And it's really, just as an adult, it's a fun thing for me to do as well. Oops, I didn't see that that was a 3. I thought that was an 8. So let's see if I don't get caught up here as I do this. Ooh, that was a close one. So, even me who has played this before, I'm still having to really think and act quickly. It's a difficult thing for students to do at first. So we finished this level. I wanted to show you what our next levels are going to start to look like. Now we start adding things in like quarters, and we'll continue working from there as you unlock different levels. This is a great game for students to practice not only their number sense, especially for students in 4th grade and 5th grade who are now working with decimals, thinking of these as fractions of a whole or a decimal of a whole number amount, but also students who just need work on conversions or just understanding money because it's something that they're going to need to have a good understanding of in the real world. So that's Coin Bubble.